Today, I'm excited to talk with you about QR codes and why we're going to use them to share and how to use them to share. So let me go ahead and just share my screen with you, and we can pop over and take a look at my Forever account and show you one of the best features, and that is using QR codes to share. All right, here we go. So here is just an example of a QR code. And I just want to start out by saying, back in the COVID days, we all learned how to use QR codes. And sometimes people are trying to remember, wait, how did I do that again? So just as a review, all you do is take your phone, turn on your camera, and point it at the QR code. And then there will be a link that's created there for you to click on. And you just click on whatever link that is, and it will take you to the place the QR code is directing you. So it's basically just a really easy and quick way to access a file or something that someone is sharing with you. Now, I love in Forever that a QR code is created every time you want to send or share a photo, a group of photos, a video, an audio file, or a document, or an album of those things. And so it makes it really great way to be able to print out a QR code for people to scan to be able to access those things. It's the same thing kind of as sending a link to someone, but you're able to print it. You can't really print a link. It might be very long and someone would have to type in all of those letters and numbers, but with a QR code, there's no typing in. It's just scan it with your camera and then go to that particular place. So here's just an image, an example of a Forever QR code. I'm going to show you how it works and how to be able to create them and access them. So before I get started on the actual instructions, I just wanted to show you a couple of images to kind of give you an idea. So one way to do that is through Forever printing. So you can always print a QR code in anything that you're printing with Forever. You can print with a photo book. Here's a couple of ideas. Mugs, tabletop panels. This would be maybe like a year to review. At Christmas ornament, maybe that QR code goes to your best photos for the entire year. And then at Christmas time, you're able to scan those each Christmas when you bring it out. This is another neat example. I don't know if this is the example of this ornament, but I have heard of a grandma reading a children's book aloud, creating an audio file, saving that in Forever, and then creating either a book for a child or an ornament like this for a child where they just have to scan it and then they can listen to grandma read the book. You could also print out that QR code and place it inside the actual book and mail that book as a gift to the child. So they just need to scan it and listen to grandma read while they're flipping through the book. We also have some great FAQs about QR codes, so I'll be sure to review that now, but also provide that information later. All right, so here we are in my Forever account. I'm just going to go to an album I just created. It's an example album of QR codes, and first show you how to create one if you wanted to just create one from something that you've created in Forever, and then we'll look at Forever printing for printing things. So I just threw together this album, some pictures from our August trip. And if I am to share this, click the share link above. I want to share this with people. I can do that a couple ways. One is I could just copy this link and text it to someone or give them that link. But like I said, I'm not going to print out that link because nobody's going to want to type all of that information into their web browser. So if you go down here, you can see where it says QR code. And if you just click that, a QR code will be generated specifically just for that album. And then from here, you can download that QR code, and then you can print it on your own printer or print it anywhere that you'd like. So that's how you would generate a QR code. Now, let's give another example. Let's give an example of just an audio file. And this example was what I just shared with you. If a grandmother or someone was going to read a storybook to a child, create an audio file on your phone under voice memos, save it up into your Forever account. And now you have this file. And if you play it, you can listen to whatever the audio file is. Now, you do not need to have video streaming in your Forever account in order to listen to an audio file. An audio file can be listened to just by having storage when you're storing all of your files. So I'll just show you as an example. This is actually my little business commercial, but we'll just listen for a second.
Your most precious possessions are your family memories.
Okay. And now if I wanted to place that somewhere, have someone listen to that, I could click the share button at the top. And then as I showed you, click the QR code here. And then when I download this, that QR code is always going to link to only that audio, only that, nothing else, only the audio. Okay. And that'll be playable again with your Forever storage. So again, nice if you even like someone wanted to sing a song or something to send, as the message to someone, even like a holiday card or something like that, they could do that. Okay. Same thing with a video. Now let's just talk about this one key piece. So with this video, you can do the same thing. You can share the link, create a QR code, scan that, and watch this, dance recital of my daughters for the light up night in our community. But in order for this to play like that, you do have to have video streaming. Okay. If you don't have video streaming, this is not going to play. They're just going to have access to a file. So video streaming is something that's very important. And I always encourage people to get video streaming. We can talk about that towards the end here about what that looks like and how much it costs. But you do need to have streaming if you want to play a video. If you don't have streaming, the person will be able to download the video and watch on their computer, but it won't be the seamless way to just scan and press play to watch as I've just shown you. But again, same thing, hit the QR code here in order to download that. Okay, so now let's shift our attention for a moment to creating a project in print and linking a QR code to it. So if I go to create and print, there's a couple things I could do. Let's do, since it's, Christmas time, I was gonna say, let's do a card. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna make a card. Let's do a New Year's card. How does that sound? Happy New Year. All right, here we go with the New Year's card. And I'm just gonna keep it as is. I'm gonna hit personalize. And now is the time that I can, add my photos. Let's just go to albums. I'll use some of the example photos I was going to use here. So we've got that one, this one, and this one. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to the next. And this is where I have the ability to add a QR code right here. You would see this also in photo books and tabletop panels and some of the other print items. Apparently you don't see that on the planners, but I'll have to go back and look at that. Maybe I didn't go far enough. But anyways, now if I want to add a QR code on the back, I just click the QR code and it directs me to either select the file or select the album. So for this one, I'm going to select the album and I want to select this whole entire album that we created for the best photos from this trip. And there it is. So it automatically places that QR code right on your card. You do have the ability to make it a little larger or make it smaller, but either way, it's going to work and be set on that card perfectly. So people could scan that and see what it is that you're sharing with them. So in this instance, we're sharing a grouping of photos on this card from my trip. So the best of. If I remove that and add just a file, I could go to my video file and add the video. So now this QR code shows the video of my daughter in the dance recital for the light up night. Or I could add the file of the audio file. So now that QR code, if you were to scan that with your phone, would go to the commercial for my business, just the audio commercial. All right. And then you can always preview what that looks like. And you, again, can do that on a number of the create and print items. And that's something that's really unique to Forever because that QR code's not going to ever expire. If you use a QR code, say, with another provider of QR codes, that link could get broken at some point. But with Forever, since you have Forever storage and since your things are being preserved permanently, that QR code will always link back to the file that you've selected, as long as you don't delete the file. So it is a really wonderful way to be able to share things and to preserve them and give easy access. So a client is actually we're receiving ornaments that she made for her whole family that include all the scanned photo project that they've done. And now for the gift for all the family members are these ornaments that they just have to scan to access all the family history and photo albums. Okay, so we are about out of time, but I do want to talk about video streaming before we end here. So if you go under products and look at video streaming, this is where you can learn a little bit more about what video streaming is in forever. And I will say the pricing is they're having kind of a sale right now, and it is going to increase a little bit in the new year. But so now is a really good time if you're interested in streaming. I love streaming, and as I mentioned, I encourage all my clients to add streaming to their account. There's a couple ways to have it. The first way is have it always permanently, so you always have streaming in your account. It's an investment that you make, but that investment will be great because anyone in future generations will always be able to watch your videos at any time. So I've got clients who have made like life story videos, and those videos, anyone, they have it set public. So even searchable on Google, they could just come in, press play, because that storage account has streaming, will always be able to be watched in future generations. So the one-time investment you can see here is $1,119. So it's a one-time payment. You will always will have video streaming for all the videos in your account, or they're doing a 60-month installment. So it's a long time, but it's only $26.99 a month. You also can just do a subscription month to month, and you can see those prices here, $11.99 or yearly $119. So that's another great option as well. If you did do the subscription a month to month, you can turn it on and off whenever you'd like. So if you just want to have streaming on around the holidays when your family's in town, turn it on then, and then cancel it anytime. You can also gift forever video streaming. And that's a wonderful gift to give someone as well. And you know, something to give adult children for their families and for their children, or even for, you know, your parents or yourself. So here's how you can do your gift management if you were doing it as a gift. You can print something out to hand them to unwrap under the tree, or you can also send them, have forever send an email at whatever date that you are asking. And since we are talking about the holiday gift ideas, let's just go back to the deals page, and let me show you one more thing that is a great deal for Christmas, and that is this holiday box. So it's 40% off right now, and it would allow for 2 items to be scanned at $36. And that's just a kind of a great start for someone to get some maybe videotapes digitized, see how it works with Forever. They can always put more in the box if they want. And if they do, that will be charged at 40% off as well. All right. So I hope that you have learned a little bit more about QR codes today. Thank you for joining me. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas.